Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. We're a channel about sharing ideas. We're swing traders. We like to share our ideas and learn from each other. We're not offering any kind of advice, just examples of how I trade in order to help you become a better trader. Learn this stuff and do your own due diligence and you'll be successful. My trading has gotten better over the last few months and year since I've been sharing my ideas. So it's a good idea to start engaging. Don't keep it all within. Let's get started. I like to buy stocks that are undervalued and growing. And so I did a scan using Simply Wall Street for large cap companies that have a great value and have some growth factors over the next 3 years. And these are the stocks I got. This is Snowflake, and this is Google. And the health of this company is excellent. You're looking for snowflakes that are green and that are filled in pretty good. The past history is great on this thing, and the value, they're saying that it has a good value, even today. The future looks bright, but it's probably not buying a dividend. They're probably investing all their money or saving it. I heard they have a lot of cash. Anyway, you're looking for green snowflakes, the better and more filled in, like Caterpillar. Caterpillar's a strong company. And by the way, I just looked at this, and there is some buying opportunities for Caterpillar. I tried to add some today and was not successful. And these are a little reddish. No dividend here. Walgreens, interesting. Humana, I'm losing a little money in this because it recently dropped. But it's coming back. I noticed the last 3 or 4 days it's on an upward bend. Electronic Arts, these are all names that Skyworks. Today I want to talk about Kroger. Now you see, Kroger does offer a dividend. Health company is good and the future looks bright. It's growing. The value, it has some value, but it's not as much as some of those other ones. This is a good value, Skyworks. Kroger. Anybody ever heard of Kroger? Well, it says it's trading at 43% below its fair market value. The earnings are expected to grow 11% and it pays a dividend. A lot of debt. Profit margins aren't what they used to be. Insider selling. Competitors here. Weiss Markets. We used to have a Weiss in Virginia, but I think they're more northern. Upward trend. And has been taking a little dip. But I do think it's going to continue on its upward trend. There's the current price. According to Simply Wall Street, it should be trading at $71. Almost double. This line is not growing at a significant pace. The growth, even though it's growing, it's not growing rapidly. But the company, as far as earnings, meets or at least satisfies what the industry's doing, and it's a little bit under on its revenue growth. It's not growing as fast as you can see from this chart, and this is what you would expect as far as its long-term and short-term health of the company. Their assets and liabilities are in line. Some red flags here, though. Looking at tip ranks, it's got a hold rating, and this time its target price is only $41. The average it has a high of 50. Simply Wall Street was much more optimistic. 9 overall ranking. This is a strong company. The hedge funds have increased. I like that. And all green here. Some insider activity, as I mentioned before. Earnings date is December. It is profitable. In this article, while I didn't read it, says its upside is limited, and we see the growth. Maybe some of you want a stock that's growing a little more faster, and we'll go ahead and look elsewhere. Let's take a look at the chart. This is Kroger on the daily, and the job of a swing trader is to capture these swings. Okay, if you can do that reliably, you made some serious bank. This is a zigzag. It's perfect because it looks to the future and draws these lines. You can't really use that to trade, but you can use that to see if some of your indicators all line up and predict some of that stuff. I use MACD, the stochastic RSI, and the RSI. There's a link below how I try to set this up. This is Trading View, and it's free. Expanding out a bit, this is a zero lag MACD. It's pointing up. For me to take a single, I only take longs when the MACD is below the zero line, and it is. So this satisfies it. The stochastic RSI dropped below the 20 and come back around. It was in its oversold condition, and now it's not. And the RSI dropped below its 30 and came back around And you normally wait for it to cross, but it's almost crossing. And when all three of those things occur at the same time, I like to take a trade. So I got to buy a single here, according to my strategy. The zigzag, like I said, it's a perfect indicator. Right now, it doesn't know what it's doing, and since it was going down and it knew, that means it's thinking about going up. But it's going to wait for more data before it goes and prints this solid line. This is your major and your minor. Zigzag doesn't know what it's doing. That's when I like to take some action. So I do think that Kroger will go up. And I actually think it'll try to fill this gap. But at least this line here, and guessing where the 50% retracement level is, it should go back up to 44. So you could buy this stock, or you could do an option trade, or you could sell a put down in here somewhere, so that if a stock comes down, you might have to buy it. Or if it stays above your sale price of the put, you can take that credit. And that's probably what I'd like to do. I'm going to sell a put, because I don't mind buying Kroger at that price, 39 or 40. But I'm going to try to get it from 38, 39, somewhere in there. So I'm going to sell a put. Let's see, using a simulator, if I can get it at 38, 39, and it pays off. Because I think it's going to come up here in the next 2 months, the 42. So 42 and 38. We want to try to get something at 38, going up to 42. Trading around 40 now. Kroger. This is Option Strap, by the way. It's a free tool. It's a simulator. And you can simulate all kinds of strategies. Okay. This time I'm going to do a short put. And I want to go out 2 months. So we can go to January if you want. But let's go to November. It's about 2 months. And how many days? That's 53 days. And we do 40. And we want to sell it 38. We want to buy it at 38. So we're going to get a credit of $72. I want to set this to 8, because that's what I back tested mine. 8%. That puts it up in this line right here. And that's oftentimes over the next 2 months, 60 days, it'll peg at least half the time in half the time. In other words, if it's 2 months period of time, 60 days, and about 30 days, it'll hit its 8%. So if it stays above 37, we have a winner. We have to put up about $600 worth of margin to get $72. That's decent. But you might be forced to buy the stock, 100 shares of it, at $37. So you have to make sure either that doesn't happen, or that you can sell something in your portfolio. If you have a small portfolio and you don't have the money, you have to make that right within a few hours after getting the stock put to you. All right. This is our 8% profit target. And I have a little spreadsheet. I write that number down in my little spreadsheet along the symbol and use Google Finance function. And I look at it about once a day and to see if it's near that or exceeded it. Excuse me. And this is the 8% loss. And you can put that as your stop loss. But I like to do about 4% and make this my playing field. There's your $38. So we want it to be above 37.28, and we have a winner on our hands. If you hold it for the 2 months, you're expecting to get $72. If it pegs out in a few days, like a week, you can take $61. I'll take that every day of the week if it pegs out 8%. And it could go that way, and oftentimes does. Anytime it pegs out, I'll take the profit. And anytime it goes below 4 or 5%, I sell out. So what do you think of this trade? It's not that great. It's not a mover. This stock is not moving that quickly. But I do think it's a bargain if you could get this stock at $38 if you're forced to take it, or just taking the credit. I like this trade. What do you think? Is this enough money for you? Let's take a look at one more time. Remember 37.28. And take a look at the chart one more time. 37.26. So as long as it stays above this line here, and that was support before, you have a winner. Yeah, I do like this trade. And it needs to come up here, and you can take it off. That's your 8%. Well, this stock is definitely... Well, you got 2 months to do it, by the way. So this is definitely in the range. I like this price. And it's it's something I think I might want to do tomorrow or the next day or the next day. There's no hurry. That's the nice thing about swing trading. You don't have to go ahead and get it right at the moment. Well, that's the trade. Please like and subscribe. Do your own due diligence. Happy trading.